Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another WWE Champions video. Today, we're revisiting Nikki Cross, Abby the Witch. This is our fourth video on Wyatt Sicks, now reviewing. And then now it's time for the S Plus Nikki Cross. So, Nikki is very interesting. She was just on, she wasn't just on, but she was on a prize wall. I believe at the start of the month it was the kickoff one. So a lot of people might have gotten her. So I think it's a great time now, especially with all the new stuff I have for YouTube, to finally do her, as I couldn't originally, as the original computer that I had for normal recording and the ones that recorded the other Wyatt Sicks, could not handle these blue particles right here. And it was just completely lagging the game out. So I just couldn't do it. But now with my new computer, we can. So let's start with a few things. Obviously, mine's Hype 3. She could be Hype 4 if I wanted her to. Big reason also we're pre-reviewing her is that she's actually not in Titan Shop. She is the only Wyatt Sicks that isn't. However, I have gotten a lot of hype for her as it is. Also, we are previewing this first moment. So multi 4, road break 200, black 50, receive 50% less. Multi 4, road break 200, pretty big stuff for her. I have 4 movesets in total, each varying in some level. We are going to use the same belt. Yes, you could use Steve Sticks, but I'm not going to be in this preview. Steve Sticks is pretty much better on any of the real multi-builds, but right now I just am not going to be using it. We'll start off with the belt. So, Tier 5 across the board, we have Insatiable Hugger and Down the Rabbit Hole. So 6 more road break, increase all of my gem by 50%. And when I break 7 plus road break, generate 22 random luck. Again, Steve Sticks with the multis. If you don't know what that does, let's see if I can find it right there. So whenever you make 6 plus multi, increase your black gem 200%. And then when you break 6 multi, generate 30 black. Obviously can use it with her multi builds. It actually will hit much harder. But in this video, I'm not going to. So, first moveset is her road break build. Now, yes, the other moment that I do not have, the Wyatt Sicks versus American Made, that has 50% more gem, 50% more multi, also generate 10 more road break, and she would benefit from this a ton. So, I will kind of calculate that damage for you on a calculator here on my phone. Just actually see if you had that moment, how much your bonus damage would be. And this is why this is my first build, because I don't have that moment. This build isn't very great to me. So, 1 charge, German Suplex, red move, deal 500,000 damage. It makes 7 random gems into road break. Pretty good. Obviously, at the moment, it's a base of 17. We have a 1 charge purple that will deal 380,000 damage and increase purple MP by 10, which is very strong. And then our 10 charge finisher, the Diving Crossbody, which was going to do 404,000 bonus damage for every road break, and then deal 2 million damage and make 23 random into red and pin the opponent. So we're all about pretty much doing unblockable. The entourage here is going to be Huskus, who is road break 150%. I got Sarge here for 3 more road break. We got Rowan here for red gem 40, which will help the Finn out, but also creates 3 more road breaks, so that'll help us. And then Dexter with 200% more. So we are doing 1.8 million bonus damage, and it will be more because of the first moment here that I have for the extra 200. And I make 13 random into road break. Obviously, at the moment, we'd be making 23, which is a significant boost. We're obviously going to fight Jade this entire preview because she is 6 gold. So let's see how we do. Alrighty. So yeah, our gems are pretty solid, but they're not going to be anything crazy. I mean, especially with our, 50% buff. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not the best thing. So we're going to make 13, obviously, with moment 23. Makes this way, way better. And obviously with the 50%, we're going to go up a little bit. We're going to increase purple MP by 10. That will fill up in. And there we go, 2.62 mil per. So let's just start that out right now here on my calculator. 2 times 13 is 34 mil unblockable. Obviously, if you had 10, it would be way more than that. We're looking more like 50, 60 mil unblockable. Which I will say isn't really a lot of damage nowadays. And this is why, in general, I just don't really care a whole lot for this moveset. Even with the moment, I don't think I would run her this anymore. Just because the damage just quite isn't there. Yes, it's good that it's double one charge to really get yourself going. There's no MP trainer needed. But it also doesn't work with the Wyatt Sicks link, which +6 multi-strength is very useful, and I think we should actually be trying to use that. So now let's go to a build similar to this, which is a tricolor multi build here. This is probably my least favorite multi build here, but we do have now the Whiplash Nightbreaker. 6 charge red, deal 500k, make 23 random gems in multi-strength 9, and we have a +4 on that. This is a lot of multis. I do have Bo in here. I know some people don't have don't have Bo, but and if you don't, there's a few other options here for you. Did I see Andre? I don't see Andre. Where is Andre? There he is. Alrighty. There's a few other options you have. You can run Mem Rock, I think would be it. Obviously, if you have Leo, you can run Leo. As well as if you wanted to, you could run an MP trainer, or something on him or whatever. It doesn't really matter. But I do think Bo obviously is going to give us the best benefit for us. You could just run a standard MP trainer and run, double multi people if you wanted to, but to me, this is the way to go. So we got King here for +2 strength and all color 2, and we have Andre here for red 2 and multi 2. So that's 4 red. Santa Hogan's giving us another 1, so that's 5, and then we have our start MP, which will fill the 6 charge move, and then we have Bo. So 2 ways you can run that. Now, obviously, plates here don't actually help this build at all, and this is where you would definitely want a Steve Sticks plate. This build isn't my favorite gem build. We'll get more into some more interesting stuff. Obviously, we'll do some tag match stuff as well with the last 2 builds in particular. I mean, not bad gem at all. So again, increase my purple MP. And we're going to make 29 times 17. A lot. But because we don't do actual any increases, our gems are staying the same. But yeah, the red does do almost 4 million. And we do make a lot of the board. So I would say a mini rumble. Mini red rumble would probably be the way to go. Or obviously a big red rumble. We still wiped her out. It's not a bad build. It doesn't hit actually as hard as you would think. Either. For gem in particular as well. From what I can tell, I think I've seen it do hype versus hype. At best, probably like 70. Now, mind you, that is with no other plates or anything, so you can probably, with everything, push it to 100, but it just kind of depends on what you want to do there. All right, let's get to the good stuff. Purple, red. I think for a lot of people, this is kind of the classic Nikki Cross way to run her. And I just got to swap this to Mem. This is probably like the most Nikki. Most people see Nikki either tricolor or this way. So we now kept the multi-move in, but now we have the Purge and the running crossbody. So running crossbody, 5 charge purple, 3. Obviously, this max out will gain 10, but it doesn't need it. We just care about the main part here, which is choose 1 column, making a row break. So we'll set up our plates. It's a pretty solid move. It is very nice. You know, especially with the multi. And then we have here. Did I actually put rock on? No, I didn't put rock on. I knew I forgot something here. Rock. There we go. Alright, and then now we have the new finisher, the Purge, which, you know, does some alright damage of over 3 mil, and then choose a 4x7 arena to destroy. So then we get to break all these multis. So obviously we're keeping King. We're going to have Rock for now, basically the Andre equivalent, but this time for purple. Bow, and because this is a 5 charge, we can run Mem for another strength. So that'll help us out a little bit. Alright, base gem, 174. Obviously, we're not going to be running this because we wouldn't actually have it filled. So we're going to put this first. Obviously, we don't want to pretty much overwrite reds, and there is a loot box here, so we're going to get rid of that. Boom. Now we're up to 200k. We're going to make 29 times 18s now. So there we go. 4.4 mil on some stuff. Now, here's what I can tell you. If you have Steve Sticks, instead of hitting this, right, when I hit my Purge, now if you don't run it, we're obviously going to hit here. If you have Steve Sticks, I would hit it here. That way, you're going to make 30 black, and you're going to blow up and try and hit more multi-times 18s and the rest of the board. I think it's going to do a lot more damage for you. But for us, obviously, we're going to hit like so. And that'll blow up the entire board, and we will make 22 black like so.
1, 2, 3.
Like so. So, obviously, this is kind of a random, you know, it depends on what gem there is to actually, there's no average or like guaranteed damage that this is doing. This is doing, you know, different damage depending on how the board is. What I can tell you, though, is I think the lowest I've ever hit here is like 120 against people with hype or something like that, I think is around the case. It's over 100 mil. It's not bad at all. It's a very solid 3-click. Yes, she does have some reversal issues, for sure, with multi and increase. But otherwise, I don't hate it at all. And it does really solid damage. Let's see, what would be best? I guess let's do the next build and then we'll go to tag match stuff. Alright, next build is an actually really odd one. Like, one that I don't know if I would recommend using or not. I'm not too sure yet. But it is red, black. So we're going to put that in, and then we're going to put this in. Red, black is such an odd one, just because of what all it can do. Now, I didn't fully remember the the trainers on this one because I tested this build a long time ago. And instead of Andre, it might be, well, no, yeah, I think it's Andre. Instead of Bo, I might have used Rowan. I can't completely remember, but this build is really odd, to say the least. I guess I should actually, you know, tell you guys what it is. So we're going to obviously have the German suplex, which we've seen 7 in a row break, 1 charge. And we're keeping the multi in. We now have Tornado DDT, which is 1 charge black, 300k, increase red MP by 5, hardcore, class acrobat, we increase the strength by multi by 7. Unfortunately, the hardcore part of it is not ever going to trigger because I mean, you can, it's not awful, but I guess you could, right? Actually, you know what? Yeah, I definitely didn't run Santa Hogan. I definitely ran Rowan. All right, hold on. Ignore Santa Hogan. Run Rowan. If you don't have the other moment, run Rowan instead. Because you don't want to hit the multi-move twice, you're going to hit it once. So we don't need it to actually be loaded. We don't need to be loaded at all. This is a really odd one. Again, I'm still not sure how I feel about it yet, but we'll show you. So this move obviously wouldn't be filled yet. But this one is. Red gem is at 199. So we hit it. Like so. So our gems are now up to 230. Then we're going to hit our Tornado DDT. Like so. And we'll increase it, which will give us this and this. It also means you do not need Andre. You could use Sherry. I don't have Sherry, but this would make this build even better. Or you could run Sarge. Either way. Right, and then you hit these. So the board then gets multi, like so. Red, I didn't actually fully get a look here. 261, 5 mil. Now you might be wondering, okay, what do you do? The goal is to have like a match here that you would be able to swipe into. And obviously try and get 7. I don't know if we can here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, we can here. So we get that part of the board, and the blacks come down. And 100 mil. It's a very different moveset. Again, don't know if I really recommend it yet. It's a weird one. I'll read that one more time because it is very board like it's the board really changes what it'll actually do, and then we'll go do some tag stuff. So yeah, obviously to me, I still think purple, red is probably my favorite way to run her. Still, I think it's my favorite. So here we go. Increase. Throw this down. So like here you can really see, right? This is what I mean by this moveset. There's no way to hit a row break. There's absolutely no way to hit anything. So that's what I mean by this build. Is it's kind of hit or miss. There's some really interesting tag stuff you can do with Joe here in a tag match that I might showcase a little bit. Yeah, I can showcase it. So to me, this is a tag moveset here. Let me see if I can just end this match real quick. Here am I. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to hit this and hope. So yeah, I do prefer this in a tag, and you'll see why. Here we go, 87. It's okay, right? It's okay on its own, but tag match is where it's at. So here we go. Let's go to a tag match, and I will show you why. Because I'm mainly going to show you it with Joe. I need to remember where the closest battle is for us here to fight. It might be normal. Nope. Is it round 4? Okay, round 4, I'll do that. So, Nikki's going to be in the back. Because I don't think there's a male in the back, female in the front. But luckily, Joe has a hot tag. So I can show you what we're doing. Okay, Joe doesn't even show. Why isn't Joe showing? What is happening? Okay, there's Joe. So we're going to run him this way. If in case you haven't known this build, it's pretty simple. It's nothing crazy. We'll put minus MP on him for good measure. We'll break that, and then we'll break you. All right, and I'll actually show you then why Nikki can do so much. And yes, this allows us to have the Wyatt Sicks link, which is multi-6. So this is where the red black build actually comes in pretty handy. It's pretty good when you run it like this, because this allows not Joe's finisher, because we have Vim and King and Sandhagen. This allows this choose move to be come on. So we can make some verticals here, and we'll get rid of some loot boxes. Just like that. And then we're gonna hot tag in. Boom. Get a row break. Right, pretty solid. We now are gonna hit this. Which will allow me to hit the row break again. Like that. Now we make 29 times 23s. Oof. That does some damage. Just like that. And that's why this build is interesting to me. Is not really because of the fact that on its own is great. I think in a tag match is actually where this build is kind of interesting. So it's not too bad, it's not awful. And then for last good measure here, we'll go back here to this build and show you it with multi-stuff to actually just show you how much it can do. So I need again to put rock in here. Both rocks actually. Alrighty. So again, the red black, very interesting in a tag match. Obviously, you wouldn't normally be hitting for 200 million again, height 3 advantage there. And here, if you have Joe, we're just going to cover the loot boxes. Alrighty. That way, no multi is really going to get messed up too bad. And again, these are times 24s. Difference is it's random. Again, pretty solid. Again, 5.9, 4.4, 2.7, 3.9, 2.8. Like, it's damage. It's very strong. Again, this is like close to probably 200 as well. But actual damage. I do think this might actually still hit harder. And again, Steve Sticks, you probably can push closer to like 250. So to me, this is still the way to run her. That's a very strong way to run someone. It's guaranteed, unlike the red black way. I think I like it more than the tricolor multi way and the row break way. The unblockable to me just isn't quite enough. Now, I want to talk about how she fits into your roster and kind of how she compares to the female powerhouses in general, because that's a good question, right? Is like, well, how does she compare? Powerhouse is not a huge class, as you can see. So who do I think actually is the top one? Well, let's talk about modern powerhouse first in general. Obviously, we have Julia. Julia is pretty strong, especially if you have her gear. If you have her gear, I really like this way. She's got a fantastic reversal, and she's got an interesting gem way. I will say her gem way, I think, kind of does lack a little bit. If we have red Piper plate, I think I would maybe consider her better. But right now for me, and if you had the moment for the 300% bleed, I do think you can consider her better than Abby. Right now, though, for what my roster is, without that stuff, without her gear, without that moment, without a red Piper being introduced yet, I prefer Abby. I prefer Nikki Cross over. Stephanie just got introduced, and while she's not actually modern, she's very interesting. With her move damage and stuff, her gain MP and stuff. It hits pretty good. It's pretty strong. I don't think I like it though. Still more than Nikki. Damage wise, it's not quite there like Nikki is. You're clicking a lot more. If you really want to, like, for instance, you can double down with the Snapmare. You Snapmare, slap, Snapmare, and then hit the fence, or you're also taking out more time. So I don't prefer Stephanie over her. Now, I guess, also there's Piper and, Liv and all these other people. I don't think they're better than Nikki. The two people that no matter what, if you just have them pretty much, I think are better than Nikki, and one is China. China is super strong, has a hot tag, a fantastic S tier, has this really strong build, and she's got her blast build with the Frankie. So really, she's got two really, really good ways to run her. It just depends on what you have plate-wise. If you have the Tekken geared, if you have the Tekken plate, or if you have the Frankie plate, it does not matter. No matter what, to me, China is, I think, better than Nikki, because even if you don't have any of the tech stuff, as long as you have Frankie and like either Titan or was it blasting off, she can 2-click about the same, if not more, than Nikki can with her 3-click, which means less reversals realistically because she also doesn't use MP, and she's overall just faster than Nikki. Now the other one that to me, without a doubt, is better is Bliss. Bliss is just also on a whole nother level. She has a really strong moment that has health and a bunch of gem damage. She has just a fantastic builds all around with her blockable. My favorite is still black with this yellow. Her gear, honestly, it exists. I don't think you need it. She's got fantastic links. She has 2 link options where Nikki really only has the one that truly, truly helps her. So, to me, it's really no competition. China and Bliss are better than Nikki. I think that is the only one. I don't think is really that big of a problem. So, yeah. So, I guess if I had to, like, full on rank them, I think you can argue let's see. I think I would say Bliss number 1. I think for me, I think Bliss is number 1. China number 2. And those two are really close. It's kind of just up to preference. And then I would say Abby 3. And then Julia, and then probably Stephanie. However, if you have Julia's gear or moment or both, honestly, or if there is a Red Piper, I think I would put Julia over Nikki. And then I would go to Stephanie. So I hope this video helps you out a lot with your choice of if you're going to run Abby or not, and how you're going to run her as just like trainers and coaches and belt. So I hope this helps you guys out. And now we are on the final Wyatt Sicks character to revisit, Bo. That will be sometime soon. He's going to take a lot longer to make and get fully prepared, as I have a lot of movesets to go through on him, as well as a bunch of other videos that are coming as well. But if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and share. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video.